Brought to you by Hamilton Chevrolet. The Big Ten is not handing out any punishments after MSU and Michigan scuffle Saturday. After review, they concluded that the video was inconclusive. MSU AD Alan Haller's statement is as follows, quote, regardless of whether I agree with the Big Ten's determination, their decision is final. I will continue to work to make sure our student athletes, coaches, and staff are treated fairly, end quote. In case you missed it last night, Michigan QB Jack Tuttle announced his retirement from football on X. It comes after suffering his fifth concussion of his college career. Joel Embiid and Paul George will miss their fourth consecutive game to start the season for the Sixers tomorrow. Detroit faces Philly on the road. Game coming up later at 8 here on 97.1 The Ticket, the Pistons Tonight Show. NBA player Rudy Gay has announced his retirement. He last played in the league with Utah in the 22-23 season. Duke basketball star Cooper Flagg has agreed to a deal with Gatorade. He becomes the first men's college player to do so in history. Game 4 of the World Series is tonight in New York with the Yankees down 3-0. Is manager Aaron Boone surprised by the team's offensive struggles? Per Elias Sports, Dodgers starting pitching has allowed just 8 hits and 16 2/3 innings. Only 2 teams in history have allowed fewer, including the 2004 Red Sox and the 1939 Yankees. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Jeremy Otto. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
All right, 3 o'clock. Good to have you with us. Yes, you're not hearing things. We did open the show with some Pistons conversation. It's worth a listen because I think we have a huge problem with someone we paid $250 million to. I have a different topic to bring up here. Here we go. Simple. You heard the news, Deontay Johnson's a Raven. Yesterday, Josh Uche got traded to the Chiefs. The NFL trade deadline's a week away. I thought about something. I said, okay, it's a would you rather of biblical proportions, but only one of them would actually bring everyone together. So here's what I want to know. We have all lusted after the Lions making a big trade. And whether Dan Campbell is trolling or stoking the fire or downplaying it as he did today, we sit here. We all wait. We believe the Lions are one of the elite teams in the league. We know they have certain needs, i.e. they need help on the defensive line, more specifically an edge rusher. We all, 90% of us, want them to make a move. Fair? Some of us, myself included, it's a non-starter to not make a move. You're all in. We've seen Les Snead do it. We've seen Howie Roseman do it. We've seen Eric DaCosta do it. We've seen John Lynch do it. You get bold. You're all in. Go. Why am I bringing it up? Simple. Week from today, what would you rather? Your candidate wins the election or the Lions make a blockbuster move? It's that simple. Because it doesn't matter who wins the election. Everybody hates each other. But what would bring America together? Oh, I got you. The Detroit Lions making a bold effing move. And from both sides of the aisle, we hold hands. It's like, what was it, Farm Aid? Back when Rico was at Farm Aid. We are the world. We are the children or whatever.
No, Live Aid.
Whatever. The point I'm making is the election don't mean nothing to me. I want the trade.
So just a bold move, nothing more. So not saying you're going to get the bold move, win the Super Bowl. Just
you get the bold move.
I'm just setting the parameters for people.
Just like next Tuesday, you either get the candidate or you get the move. I want the move.
You're voting move.
I'm voting bold.
Mikey. Mike. Mike is voting move, and he approves that message.
Let's get to it, shall we? How bad do you want this move? Are you willing to trade your political allegiances for a Super Bowl? It's simple. The country's not going to get fixed no matter who wins. But the Lions can. The Lions winning a Super Bowl is the unify. The Lions are going to act like Voltron for the universe if they win a Super Bowl. Talk to me.
I'm going to have to go Randy Johnson. That's a no for me, dog.
Are you serious?
That's a no for me,
You don't
dog.
want the trade bad enough. You want candidate over happiness.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's why I ask, is it Super Bowl?
I can't guarantee it. And you can't guarantee a good presidency.
I can't. But
You would get the candidate, but you have no idea what the next 4 years hold.
Lions didn't make a move last year, and they damn near made the Super Bowl.
Damn near. Hey, listen, certain people damn near won the election. It doesn't count. The point I'm making is, Rico Beard, you're choosing political allegiance over Lions happiness.
Yes.
You're a disgrace. David, your thoughts? David, your candidate or bold move?
Yeah, I have to go with Rico here. It has to be my candidate, not bold move. I'm sorry, Detroit. Sorry, Detroit. I must not care about you anymore, but it has to be my candidate.
You know what? I trust in Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. They'll get this thing done.
I do.
And after what Dan Campbell did to us yesterday, well, he trolled us. He lost a little bit of credibility because he always was a straight shooter. And it was like, wait, is Dan tipping his hand? No, he just played us. He played us like a fiddle.
Week from today, people, it's going down. NFL trade deadline will be where my focus is at, or people screaming and yelling about the presidential election. Here's my point. I want the bold move because I don't care which candidate wins. All that's going to happen is they're going to take all my money, so it really doesn't matter. So let's just get to it. Fix the damn roads.
Different election.
It's just like,
That's next year.
I know. I'm just busting chops. I'm being serious. If that's how bad I want this Lions thing.
Bold move. So you're talking like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby.
I'm not naming names. That upsets people.
We're saying bold.
Bold.
So I'm saying classify bold as, you're talking one of those two.
You'll know
That's
it.
bold.
You'll know it when you see it.
Okay.
I can't classify. It's an emotion. It's something where you get to hit where David goes, I have breaking news. And when he speaks, you go, oh, damn. Okay. That kind of move. Because here's reality is your competition is stocking the shelves.
I guess it helps that your competition is in the AFC. They're stocking the shelves. This isn't Philly. This isn't Minnesota. It's not Green Bay so far. So that helps. That kind of kicks the can because you're thinking, okay, we can only face one of those teams in the Super Bowl.
That's right. But don't worry. Howie Roseman's going to do something. Howie Roseman always does. The Packers will do something. You are going to see these teams doing stuff. The bottom line is you don't need to worry about anybody else. If you believe you're the best team in the NFC anyways, F everybody else. I want to take care of me. And in the end, isn't that what politics is about? F everybody. I want what I want. Well, here's my thing. I don't care who wins. We're effed either way. This country's a mess. I just want to be left alone. Does it matter who wins? Do I get left alone? As long as I pay my taxes? Okay, here's my point. Rico, I want the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl will unite us. The Super Bowl can bring Kid Rock and Eminem together.
But
together.
No. But when I asked that question, I was told no.
Voltron
doesn't guarantee Super Bowl.
I can't guarantee that, like you can't guarantee getting
We can't bring in Voltron.
Yes, you can. I'll tell you why.
We're missing the yellow robot.
Listen, you are out of order. I'm making a point. Rico, I can't guarantee that any candidate's talking points actually happen in their 4 years in office next Tuesday. How could I guarantee a Super Bowl? I can't. But I can guarantee you happiness. Immediate happiness. The Lions made a bold move and went all in. Do you realize it is destiny right now with the Lions? Hey, I have an idea. You know what would make the Green Bay game easier? Let's kill Jordan Love. Dead. Hey, you know what would make the Houston game easier? Nico Collins and Steph Diggs. Dead. Hit the button. Dead.
So they don't need to make the move.
Yes, they do. It's all getting handed to you right now. handed to you. We make a bold move. Trey Hendrickson, descend from the space portal.
You got
Bifrost.
You got Joe Flacco be the starting quarterback for the Colts. So.
I'm perfect.
Right. You don't need to move. The NFL is just laying down and saying, here, you can rub the belly.
Week from today, your candidate or your team, you pick. And being that I don't have political affiliation, it doesn't matter to me. I want the parade. You deserve a parade. Doesn't matter who wins the election. No one's going to be happy. And I'm not interested. I like to watch the world burn from a good, safe distance.
Well, I don't want to be the one on the spigot, so therefore, I'm going to go ahead.
Rico, you really... You don't want
no.
You don't want the bold move bad enough.
You don't get to ask me the question and then question my answer.
No, I'm just surprised. I thought you were a man of the people. I thought you care about your city. It just surprises me.
I do. So that's why I said.
David shaking his head. David's going to support you.
Oh, no, I'm going to say I don't care about the people.
I care about the
That's
people.
why I don't want the bold move.
I care about the people.
This is stunning.
But like I said, if the bold move was a guaranteed Super Bowl, that's different. But bold move is just a bold move. Nah, we're good.
248-539-9797. And it's not politics, because I don't care who your candidate is. You don't need to even say it. I'm not interested, quite frankly. I don't care. Your candidate next Tuesday or a breaking news sounder on your favorite radio show, the Lions have made an bleep move. All in. Teddy KGB nibbling on Oreos. All in. I'll splash the pot whenever I want. I want Brad Holmes eating Oreos and splashing the pot next Tuesday.
You know what, David?
Your candidates be damned.
I feel a little better about this, David, about what we've chosen, because a voice from on high has agreed with us, David. Big G chimed in. Big G's on our side.
Oh, please. Please. The guy roots for a 2-15 football team. Go to bed, Dad. Take a nap. 248-539-9797. All things are racket anyways. David, we got some ticket texts coming in. I bet you do. Sort through them.
They're good. No, they are. No, they are really
There's
good.
no problems.
Okay.
There's no problems. I
None
didn't
at
ask
all.
for your candidate. You can't get mad at what I didn't ask for. I just want football. What?
You're so funny.
What do you mean?
I like people play by the rules. Are you ready?
I don't care. I'm here till 6.
Let me know when you're done.
Read something. Read something.
He's here till 6, so I'll just hold on. All right.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. David, all right. Specs at LTU. Okay. Can I do the read, please? Can I give them their shine? Thank you. Thank you for
I just want a big trade.
Specs, thank you for sticking with me throughout these trying times. Specs at LTU. Be curious. If hey, I may need a new radio host, okay? You need to go to Specs at LTU, train hard, and sit in that man's chair. Thank you very much. But if you want a career in radio, TV, graphic design artist, Specs at LTU can help you achieve your goals. You just got to be curious. You got to go visit the website, ltu.edu/specs. You can learn more about the broadcast media arts, digital media arts, and graphics communications program taught through Specs at LTU right here in Southfield on the campus of Lawrence Tech. You're going to be taught by people like myself who work in the business. It means we're not going to waste your time. You're going to learn from day one everything it takes to make it in your new field. So what are you waiting for? Be curious. Visit the website, ltu.edu/specs. That's ltu.edu/specs to learn more. Then make magic by enrolling in Specs at LTU certificate program today.
Hi. Being number one, not easy. Takes years of experience, dedication, and determination. It's very, very simple. It's Serta. They got it all. 111 years making the world's best mattresses. They do it right here in the state of Michigan. And this fall, after watching your team lose the World Series in embarrassing fashion, get a great night's rest on a Serta mattress.
It's not over yet.
Go to Serta.com. Find a retailer near you. That's Serta.com. All right, we've asked the probing question a week from today. Your presidential candidate or your big Lions trade? Give me the trade. The politics stuff is all nonsense. David, what do you have on the ticket text? This is exciting.
Lions blockbuster move, bring in both Garrett and Smith. Someone says, if I had a choice of being a diehard Lion fan, I had the choice for it to come true. It'd be my presidential choice to be president. No question there.
Okay.
Marlon and Walt Lake.
All right.
My candidate wins the election, someone says. I love this next one that came through. It says, I've been a season ticket holder, Silverdome to Ford Field, a lifelong loser. I'd rather my president win than anything. Sports can end.
You're not a lifelong loser, okay?
Yeah, you're
Change
not.
that attitude.
You're a winner in my book.
Right.
And second of all, listen, here's the reality. Lions winning a Super Bowl will be way more impactful than any. I mean, all politics is a 4-year rotation. It's like a kitten with a yarn ball. Nothing changes. The only people who win are the people in politics. Neither side cares about us.
Well, that's what this person says. Give me the Lions move. I'll be happy for 8 years, regardless with the Super Bowl
Right,
win.
you get an extra term. You win a Super Bowl. Think of the memories. Think about what we're doing. Rico's going to be signing autographs at the Kearns clock. Do you know how exciting this is going to be?
Right, but bold move, not guaranteed Super Bowl.
And neither does a candidate.
I'm just saying that we're talking Super Bowl. Like that's different.
Hey, you know what it's like to almost win a Super Bowl. That hurts.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Wouldn't you rather just not make it? Like, I'm a Yankee fan. I'd rather not have made the World Series this year than endure this.
No.
Okay. David, go ahead.
No. You know what? I take that back. To go to Super Bowl and get blown out, yeah, that's painful. But if you, I'm not trying to be funny. If you lose in Game 7, it hurts.
Even worse.
No.
Well, don't worry. The Yankees are going to lose in Game 4.
Now,
so it really doesn't matter.
getting swept, yeah, that's when you start questioning life and life choices.
Or Aaron Boone's medulla oblongata. David.
Lions bold move. I've seen my candidate win before. I haven't seen the Lions win a Super Bowl.
There it is.
Okay.
It's the best Lions team of your life. Come on.
Tom and Warren says 100% Lions big trade. Set up the D for the next 2 seasons and take a Super Bowl to Detroit. We've suffered long enough.
And that's right. See, unlike politicians, I'm bringing the community together. I'm moving the community. The Lions Super Bowl would bring people together that absolutely hate each other based on politics. That's shout out Tom Gore.
Mike, Rico, I'll take a Super Bowl win over my candidate. A chance to win because of a trade is different than a guarantee.
But no, it's not a guaranteed Super Bowl win.
Right.
It's just a blockbuster trade.
David? What? Again, how many times are you going to use a drop about uniforms?
My candidate for lots of reasons, LOL.
Okay. All right.
Stop bringing politics into sports. I don't want to hear it. This isn't, though, but okay.
You're not, you weak-minded pansy. I didn't even ask who your candidate is, nor do I care. I asked what's more important to you, the Lions doing the unthinkable or your candidate winning next Tuesday, Snowflake?
This is for us from Sean, Rico. It says, thank you, gentlemen, for your patriotism. Someone else says country first.
Okay, fine.
Bold move. F the candidates.
That's I may as well have written that.
Bold move or moves over either of those idiots, and don't not for a second sex with a pregnant gal until you try it, Mike.
I was making a point. Steph Diggs was out of order. If that story's true, he was out of order.
I'm not going on any more sales calls.
I cannot believe I just read that text.
I can't believe you did. I can't believe that entire topic. Let's just move on.
It wasn't a topic. I just made a point. You said the guy blew his knee out. I go, was it extracurricular or football?
I'm sitting there like, what?
It was all over the newspapers. Okay. That's Offset's baby. That's unbelievable. We are a lost society. Well, that's why I'll take the bold move over the candidates.
At least he doesn't have to sweat it out in the delivery room. He knows that ain't mine. Offset, that's on you.
Okay, then. To the people. Let's make it happen. Let's go to Savone, 97.1. Is it Savon or Savone?
It's Savon.
Savon, I apologize. Welcome. What's going on?
No, all good. I was calling to talk about the Cade Cunningham thing. I do agree with you as far as Cade is not a point guard in my book. The turnovers, just the leadership. He's definitely better off the ball. But I do say we didn't do him any service. We picked up 3 dead guys that's like their careers are just inconsistent. We got Tim Hardaway, we got Tobias Harris, and Malik Beasley. Those are 3 guys who are inconsistent. They can't score in the fourth either. I think we need to take a look at Marcus Sasser, give him some more time, and possibly look at trading Ivy. He just plays like the Los Angeles Lakers version of Westbrook. He just knows go, and I just don't see it. I would trade him and probably another piece and try to go get Zach LaVine and maybe Lonzo Ball, see what we got left out of him.
Oh, my God. Oh, dear. All right.
The person you're going to bring in is going to bring in that response. It's not going to be somebody like, oh, yeah.
Not Zach
so
LaVine.
Excited.
Well, if you look around the league, there aren't really many point guards. So I would just use what Lonzo Ball has left while we go try to potentially draft another point guard. But all I know is Ivy is not the answer at point guard. So it's hard to move Cade off the ball when your next option is Ivy at point guard.
Savon,
you don't really have one on the roster.
Savon, you a Lions fan or no?
Yes.
Your candidate or Lions make a bold move week from today?
I'm taking the bold move, man. The world can burn at that point.
See, my man. That's exactly where I'm at with it. House is already on fire. Doesn't matter who wins. It's just a different brand of heat. I'll take the bold move in a Super Bowl and everybody holding hands. Because you know what won't be discussed at a Super Bowl parade? Politics. Nobody will care. It's happiness. It's joy. It's pursuit of, in fact, it is the only pursuit of the American dream. A Lions Super Bowl. A can-do story, Rico.
You know what? You should use that as your platform and just run.
For what?
For any office. I like that.
No. Don't you already know? All the smart people are smart enough to know not to run for office.
I can see. Mike, I would vote for you.
No, we're good.
No?
No, I'm not in this.
You would never even like class president, nothing?
No, I don't. Why would you ever subject yourself to it?
Because class president was nothing. It was just a popularity contest.
Were you class president?
No.
Really?
No.
That surprises me.
Really?
Yeah, because you love that stuff. You like all the attention.
Wait.
No, you love attention. You like being the center of everything. I like being left alone.
Hey, what are you talking about? How am I the center of everything? David, literally, every time I walk any place, you know what the first question I get is? Where's Mike?
That's not.
Where's
I thought
Mike?
it was park my car.
Well, I've had that too.
I mean, come on, dude.
No, but I get
David, Jesus, come on.
Where's Mike? Where's Mike? Is Mike here? Is Mike coming? Hey, Mike's at home. You know, Mike's never coming to one of these things. Never.
No, you went to Callahan Hall last night.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you never ended up going?
I did not go.
I was going to say, I'd rather get hit by a car than watch a U of D game. Jesus.
No, I didn't end up going to Callahan Hall.
Ah!
But every MSU game, hey, is Mike there? Young, old, name it. Mike. Yeah, you. I bet you never get asked about me.
I don't know. I don't really talk to people. So it's different. I don't do. You're always.
Unless it's one of your dogs, one who would want to attack me.
No, you're always on parade. You're always.
not parade.
You are. You're like one of the floats in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. That's Rico.
I literally.
You're a giant Garfield, and you just see everybody all the time.
Mike, I'm not a small man. So people are going to see me no matter where I go.
I can't believe you just said that.
They're going to see me no matter where I go.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. We'll get to the phone calls next. If you look at reviews for roofing companies, total disaster. It's a brutal, brutal space. Victor's doesn't have that problem, though, because they actually hire people to manage customers. They're called project managers. A, they're going to supervise your installation, make sure it's perfect. B, you have a question, they answer it. You don't have to call some hotline. You're going to call a human being who knows the project. At Victor's, that's how they give you the best experience in the roofing industry, and they're backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. That's how they can give you a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. You'll be hard-pressed to have someone else give you a 5-year. Call today. Set up a 21-point video roof inspection and estimate. 734-773-1100. That's 734-773-1100, or book that appointment online anytime at victors.com. Straight to the people. We've asked it week from today. Your presidential candidate or the Lions make a bold move? You pick. What do you want more? I'll take the bold move. Only one thing's uniting this country, and it's a Lions Super Bowl. A story everyone can get behind. Let's go to Tyrone. He's in Detroit. He's up next. Ty, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Good, Tyrone. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fair for square. Listen, check it out. So many layers peeled on that onion. Rico the float was hilarious. That just cracked me up. But I called to tell you guys, your call trainer, I found myself just on a random day just waking up saying, touchdown, black guy. And it has nothing to do with anything. You guys just cracked me up with that. But I thought about something. We need to add something to that. So I figured, why don't we just add like 3 points, white guy, something like that to kind of like change it up a little bit, if possible.
If the Pistons could make a 3-pointer, it would actually be relevant.
From downtown, white guy.
Yeah, something. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I went to the game the other day in Boston, right? I mean, with Boston, and I swear to you, Tobias Harris was just jacking up threes and just missing. And I think like, dang, I'm spending all this money for this type of team, and this show, it wasn't a good showing. No. And I just felt kind of, to me, it looked like Ivy was leading that team. I don't know. Everybody is on the Cade Cunningham tip, but I'm not really a Cade Cunningham fan. I think Ivy is the leader of this team. You guys, what do you say?
Rico?
No, I mean, I think they want it to be Cade's team. They're paying it to be Cade's team. I think Ivy's trying to show his worth, and Ivy's trying to show that, you know what, it's not just about Cade, but when it comes down to it, Tyrone, this is Cade's team.
Which is another, but hold on, Tyrone, here's the bottom line. They can't play together regardless. Let's say what you're saying is true. Let's say Ivy is the alpha. It's never going to work for the reasons Rico just said. You just gave the other guy a max extension. Tyrone, they can't play together. So you either trade Cade and build around Ivy, or you trade everything around Cade and get a point guard in here to work with Cade and have a real backcourt. They have to make a decision.
Based on what I've seen, I'm trading Cade. I'm just being honest. And I'm going to see them play the Lakers next week, and I hope it's a better product. But to answer your question about the candidate or the Lions move,
yes,
my candidate is going to win anyway, so I'm definitely going to go for the Lions move.
Okay. Tyrone, we're just asking a question about what matters more to you. And I mean, a Lions Super Bowl is a unifying event. I can't help I'm the only Patriot in the room. Let's go to Rocky.
I think we need to define what Patriot is.
Rocky, what's going on? How are you?
You're doing. Huge fan, I wanted to say.
Uh-oh.
Wait, Rocky, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You there, Mike?
Yep, sounds good. Okay, we lost you there for a second. What's on your mind?
All right, so I just wanted to pick your guys' brains a little bit. So, first off, in regards to
can't do it with that phone. I don't know if you're talking from the inside of an aquarium or what's going on.
I think Rocky may be on the speakerphone. So
okay,
let's make sure.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get back to you, Rocky. Don't go anywhere.
Doug in Walled Lake is next. What's up, Doug?
How you doing, Michael? I haven't talked in a while, guys. How you both doing?
Good, brother. Nice to hear from you again. What's going on?
Nice to hear. I want to move. My coworker texted me that little giggity dance that Dan did at the press conference, and I'm like, if that son of a gun knows something that we don't, I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, I've been waiting and waiting by my phone from Ian Rappaport or Schefter or somebody to give us a move. Like you said, Mike, the world's going to burn no matter what. I mean, people are going to complain. We're all going to have to still get up in the morning and go to our jobs, tired as heck. But the Super Bowl is forever.
That's right.
Silver and Honolulu Blues parade will live in our heart forever. And like you said, everything's fallen into place, and I would rather have something cut out of this deadline than a great chair drop. That's the only thing we got last year was your chair drop that's lived on. The Super Bowl will live on forever, guys. And God dang it, screw the election. I want a Super Bowl. I want to move.
That's it. And I listen. If people are part of it is, I mean, Doug, we try to have a good time. I'm never going to make everybody happy. If people are all bent out of shape at this, oh my God, it's no laughing matter. Get a grip. Will you please? Honest to God.
Yeah, but to some people, this is their Super Bowl.
Fine. Then take it down the road. I don't care.
See, it's that attitude right there is why I want you to run. You.
No, I
Valenti,
just want a Super Bowl.
Valenti 2026.
No.
We'll find something for you to run in 2 years.
Fine. My first order of business is I'm forcing John Mara to sell the Giants.
Okay. There you go. Okay. David, can I have 30 seconds?
Oh, boy.
Mike, I love you like a brother. Oh, God. What was last night like for you? Just watching your games? Did you just turn off the TV? I'm not saying this. I mean, I'm literally at home like, I don't want to bother him, but this can't be a good night for him.
Last night was like the sports equivalent of the Challenger launch.
Okay. David, take a dicks.
Hey, it's going to be a great night. Wait, did the shuttle just explode? Oh, no.
No, that was Freeman.
Oh, no. Oh, actually, here's my night. This is going to be awesome. I've got the World Series. The Yankees are going to respond, and the Giants are light entertainment. And yet again, I end up like the little guy in Planet of the Apes. I'm 5 minutes into my night. Hey, look, Freddie Freeman just hit a ball to Albany. Hey, look, Stanton's actually going to score. We're going to tighten this game up. Wait. Giants can't score in a whorehouse. We just scored. We're going for 2. Aggression. What?
Okay, did they know what the play was? I thought the Pittsburgh guy jumped offside.
I did too.
I'm like,
Highsmith,
wow, you get a free play. And then they're like, no.
No. Oh, no. That was my night.
Okay. I worry about you on nights like
No, it just is what it is. I
Nights
told
like
you.
this.
Nights like I can't take anymore. I've waited 15 years to get back to the World Series. We're going to get swept, and then Ohtani's going to beat us to death with a broom.
I promise you, you will not get swept. The Yankees will win tonight.
Even better.
Guaranteed.
Patronize me with a win tonight just so we have to fly to L.A. and lose in front of all those fake baseball fans. Oh, look, Jack Nicholson's corpse is at the game. I don't care. These people don't care. We brought out all the stars last night. We had Jeter. Even Fat Joe came to the game, and he's not even fat. He came to the game.
He's just Joe.
He's just Joe. Dude, it sucks, man. You barely sat down. It was 2-0 Dodgers.
Yeah. I was just like, Freeman.
I don't have time to care.
Freeman again.
Yeah, I know. Perhaps we shouldn't groove him fastballs early in the count. All right.
He can't run. Yeah. You'd be better off just hitting him.
Once again, you may as well cue the confused little guy from Planet of the Apes. I quit.
All right. I love you.
You're
buddy.
fine. NBA's back. Just not here in Detroit. FanDuel, all users, 3 months of NBA League Pass. You can watch functional franchises. Unlike the Pistons. Talk about, oh, no. Yeah, there you go. There's, oh, no. Look, just go to FanDuel and bet $5 on something and get the League Pass. You'll thank me later. 21 and up, present Michigan. After the 3-month trial, the full price will be automatically charged. So if you don't want it, cancel. I mean, obviously. No refunds, terms, restrictions, the whole deal. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms, sportsbook.fanduel.com. You got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Straight to the people. We have asked a probing question as we all await the Lions to make a move before the deadline. Would you rather? What do you want more? Week from today, your candidate wins the election or your Lions go all in with a bold move? Come on, you know the answer. Bold move. Unify. Let's see if Rocky and his phone are back. Rocky, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. You hear me, Mike?
Loud and clear. Thank you.
1,000%.
What's going on?
Okay, so first off, I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of the show.
Thank you.
And second off, I wanted to say that I would much, much, much rather see Detroit win a Super Bowl versus the candidate thing.
Okay.
And my big question is, though, in regards to the Lions making a trade, do you think they need to aim for somebody as high as Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, or do you think they could dial it back a little bit and still trade for somebody, but maybe not somebody that's going to cost them as much in draft capital and
Sure.
on the Bucks once we get them here?
See, Rocky, I would say now, according to Mike's thing,
What?
that bold move that's top shelf type of player. That's you're going to give up some capital and you don't care. You're bringing in Crosby, you're bringing in Garrett, but realistically speaking, I think it's probably going to be a 4th or 5th round pick that you're going to go and get somebody else, and you're going to add a depth piece.
Yeah, and I honestly think that would be fine because that's enough to get us through the season. And then supposedly they claim that barring any major setbacks, Hutch is going to be back if we do make a Super Bowl. So, I mean, we would have him on the other side for the big game too.
Yeah, Rocky, I got some terrible news in that regard. I think that is nothing more than hopium by people. If Aiden has a rod in his leg and you make the Super Bowl and there's no setback, I mean, what do we really think? You think the guy's going out there and he's going to give you 50 snaps? He's going to have a win rate of 30%? Come on, Aiden's done for the year. I don't want to hear it. If he descends down from the clouds and he shares a hyperbaric chamber with Terrell Owens, fine. I am approaching this. He is toast. And my thing is, why should I settle for less? Go out. You see how it's been done. Yeah. You see how the Eagles have done it with Howie Roseman. You see how Les Snead has done it with the Rams. You see how Eric DeCosta has done it in Baltimore. You see how John Lynch has done it in San Francisco. These are the preeminent franchises in this league who are always getting to or threatening to be in the Super Bowl. Be bold. And if you can't pull that off, that's fine. Do the best you can. So I can't answer it until I see a Schefter report that says the Lions tried. This is going to be the whole thing with the Tigers this season. We're going to do it again. Just like last year. Show me a report you got rejected. I'll respect you.
But if you the Carfax.
Yeah, if you don't try, why? The hell's the point of any of this? Win it once.
Right,
you realize if you're the Lions, you're Brad Holmes, you're Dan Campbell, you win the Super Bowl, they're putting up statues, not like Dwayne Wade. They're going to put up statues that actually look like you outside of Ford Field.
You mean that's not Bill Walton?
Where did they find this Dwayne Wade statue?
Dan Campbell. No, that's Bill Walton.
Right. Dan Campbell's statue looks like the Magic Johnson one outside of Breslin. You're like, wait, what? Where do they find these statues?
I believe that they have a warehouse. And in the warehouse, they're like, okay, show me what he looks like. As you say, is he black or white? Okay.
There's a pile of white statues and black statues.
Right. So then the artist
retiring.
The artist takes the photo and just starts walking down the aisle holding the photo. There we go. That's close enough.
Similar enough.
Chisel a jersey on him and we'll ship him out to that place. That kind of looks like Thanos. No, that's Dwayne Wade, not Thanos.
Is that Idris Elba? No, it's Dwayne Wade. Wait, what?
No, that's magic.
If you haven't,
really, that's
if you haven't seen the Dwayne Wade statue, just go look, guys. Just trust us,
or just go watch Infinity War.
Let's go to Antonio 97.1. Antonio, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddies. I got a different take from this.
Okay.
We need a defensive end in the worst way because we all can admit Levi Onwuzurike was a pleasant surprise this year. And I'm beginning to see leakage in the run game simply because that package of Levi, Reader, and McNeil, that rotation is the best in the league. But out of necessity, they've been putting Levi at the defensive end and they got some guy I never heard of before, and they're rotating with McNeil and Reeder, and we all know Reeder could get injured, so we have to watch his snap counts. And just because they've been putting Levi at the defensive end, it's messing up the depth of the middle and the interior of our defense. And I'm seeing leakage. I've seen the Tennessee running it down our throat, and I've seen Minnesota
approach it like
better
this.
than I would like.
No, and Antonio, how about this? We could even simplify it. You've lost 4 of your 8 or 9 man defensive line room. You lost John Kaminsky in training camp. You lost Pecco. You lost Davenport. You lost Aiden. For people who don't think defensive line is a need, you're living in a fantasy land. So I am with you, Antonio, totally. And I may not, I don't think it's like this direct thing where you're 100% right or I am. I think we both have a level of truth. The idea is that's why they need a real defensive end. You're right.
Real one. Yes.
Right. What, Antonio, why the hell am I going to buy shoes with a hole in it if I can get a brand new pair of Jordans? I mean, why are we bargain basementing here? You know what I mean, Antonio? Let's get the fresh kicks.
This Levi experiment at the defensive end, it's okay for now, but he needs to be in there with McNeil and giving Reeder limited effective snap counts. We don't want to wear Reeder down where he's ineffective toward the end.
I made the case yesterday, Antonio, if they don't go bold, I think you need 2 trades. I think you get another player who can rotate interior. Like I brought up something. I said, look, if you went out and got Zadarius Smith, why not call the Dolphins at 2-5 and go see if Calais Campbell wants to win?
I like that.
I know he's old, but he's playing at a high level. He's respected everywhere he's gone, so you can't hit me with the culture thing. There's not a locker room Calais Campbell's ever been in that he doesn't command respect. And he is a large human being that you could babysit. Give me 15, 20 snaps a week. Look, they need bodies, man. Because if you think this, not you, I'm saying if fans think this whole D-line is just going to be healthy the rest of the year, no problems, nothing to see, I think you're clinically insane.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't be seduced by these scores and winning. And see, it's all good because on the flip side of that great game that you played, you had a quarterback who kind of went down the field and put up a lot of yards. They turned the ball over a lot.
Sure.
Couldn't play special teams. But you can't have quarterbacks putting up almost 300 yards against you.
No, and not Mason Rudolph. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Look, we need to move. It's the unifying force. Let's go to Alex, 97.1. Alex, what's going on, buddy? Alex?
Hey, guys. I just want to say, first of all, great show. Love it. Listen to it almost every day.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
What's going on?
And second, Mike. Second of all, Mike, I think you'd make a great president.
Yeah. No. But thank you. I appreciate the
maybe,
sentiment.
man.
Alex, wouldn't he?
The reason I'm calling is I just went to go vote, actually, in person, and I forgot that you can fill in candidates.
No.
Every single person I filled in was Jared Goff or Dan Campbell.
Excellent.
Give me that Lions Super Bowl.
Alex, that is what we need right there.
Alex, we need Valenti. You should have put him in there.
No. We just need
I should have.
We need a bold move at the deadline.
Absolutely, I agree.
Do you agree with the whole idea, though, it's not want, it's need?
Yes, I agree. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson is a powerful force, so we just don't have it without him. I mean, like you said, we lost 4 guys, and that's a lot. Like, we don't really have, 15 guys on D-line that are great. So, you got to get what you can get.
Hey, why not?
And
listen.
Speaking of.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think Troy Hendrickson is bold enough, or do you think you see him as like a Zadarius Smith?
No,
that's a bold move.
It'd be amazing. Be an incredible move, okay. Alex. I need the Bengals to keep losing. I mean, if my Giants had a soul, the Bengals would be sitting there, totally dead. But we suck. So I apologize to you guys for that. But no, Alex, look, you got to ask. You don't get the order in life if you don't ask.
And we are asking for you to run for president. And I screwed up college football. I can fix college football. You're president. Put me in charge of the FCC.
I like that.
I can change everything.
I like that.
You said I screwed it up. Make me in charge of the FCC. I will fix college football.
Rico owes us is basically the headline. It's tremendous. David, ticket text we'll get to in a little bit. Let's get a little football. We'll get back to the callers as well. News of the day. It's not a big deal, but I mean, it's another big-time team loading the wagon. Deontay Johnson's a Raven. That's a good acquisition for them. We'll get to a little football next. 97.1.
Brought to you by Precision Garage Door Services of Southeast Michigan. The Lions play the Packers this week. The Texans are on tap next week. Houston lost receiver Stephon Diggs for the season with a torn ACL. A Big Ten review of the Michigan State fight film was left inconclusive. There will be no punishments. MSU AD Alan Haller said regardless of whether he agrees with the ruling or not, it's the conference's decision is final.
Wait, inconclusive? Wait,
yes.
Here's my shock face. Oh, wow.
Haller reached out to the Big Ten after the game was over. The Red Wings are in the middle of a 3-game homestand at LCA. The Jets coming up tomorrow. Derek Lalonde said the team will likely carry 2 goalies and start Alex Lyon. Jonathan Berggren has yet to score a goal this season. Derek Lalonde isn't concerned. Panthers receiver Deontay Johnson is on the move to Baltimore. Johnson has logged 30 catches for 357 yards and 3 touchdowns so far this year. The Women's Pro Hockey League is looking to add as many as 2 more teams to their 16 lead by 25-26. According to the AP, Detroit and Pittsburgh are candidates. Little Caesars Arena hosted a neutral site game last year that drew 13,000 fans. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Jeremy Otto. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
All right, 4 o'clock. Odyssey.com rewind. You missed anything? David, let's do the football, shall we?
So we are going into week 10. So what I want to do is ESPN put together what the projected 12-team bracket will look like right now. So the top 4 seeds, who's last in, all of this stuff, matchups.
Riveting.
So
Sorry.
So let's get to it here. The number 1 seed currently would be the Oregon Ducks.
I don't have a problem with it. Texas looks vulnerable. Ohio State looks vulnerable. Alabama looks like ass. If you wanted to say Georgia, I'm okay with it. Factually, Georgia's lost a game. Oregon hasn't. But, yeah, it's Oregon or Georgia.
Yeah, I think that Oregon right now, best team, and I think Dylan Gabriel probably leading the charge for the Heisman. I know you didn't ask for that, but yeah, right now they're on a roll. They're just destroying people.
A number 2 seed would be the Georgia Bulldogs because of the convincing opening week win against Clemson and what they've done against Texas. That puts them at number 2 right now. If they say if they continue to do what they do, go through the SEC, they could maybe jump even an undefeated Oregon. But right now they're number 2.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Again, 1v2, 2v1, who cares?
Yeah, because it's not like it's going to be home field. At this point, it's just going to be the color of jersey that you play the other one in. I think that what you would see if Georgia did jump Oregon and Oregon didn't lose, that's the SEC bias, saying that you come from a tougher conference, so 1 loss is still better than undefeated.
So the number 3 and the 4 seed, number 3 is the Miami Hurricanes.
No, absolutely not. Just no. It's ridiculous. They're not the 3rd best team in America.
Number 4 would be BYU.
Also fraudulent, ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're saying BYU right now because they beat SMU, and that win looks better every day.
Yes, I see why they're doing that, because if you win your conference, you get one of the top 4.
Well, it's a flaw of the system.
Yes.
BYU's a fraud.
I got to think that that's going to be something that's going to be worked out next year, but right now, Miami is just doing what they do, and they're winning games. They don't look dominant. It's just they're winning. Now, I don't think it's sustainable. Clemson, I think, could take them out. I'm still wondering, is Pittsburgh for real or not?
There's your answer. No.
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
You also told me to bet Navy.
Listen, America. All right? I didn't realize it was going to turn into the Titan sub, okay? Apologies.
That was rough. That was rough.
I'm here for you.
Let me give you the last 2 in before I give you what the matchups would look like. The last 2 in, number 12 seed would be Tennessee Volunteers.
Okay. They have all the pieces. They got one problem on their hands. They can't complete a forward pass. I want to believe because they have the pass rush, the D-line, they have the running game. They have it all put together. If Iamaleava can't figure it out and they can't get the verticality in that passing game back, I don't think they're going to see this thing through. Also, best uniform helmets of this weekend coming up. You got to go look at them for their game against Kentucky. They're called Dark Mode. They're awesome.
I was about to say better than A&M's last week because
those might be the best ever.
I was like
tremendous. Those were sweet.
Here's the beauty of it. This is one of the positive things about the 12-team playoff. The SEC is about to do a whole bunch of round-robin things for those final couple of spots. There are a lot of teams that in the past years, they're already out of it. Games don't matter. But now Tennessee has a chance for that 11th or 12th spot. LSU still has a chance. You go out there and you beat Alabama. Alabama, hey, we got to go beat LSU if we want to get into the playoffs. So more intriguing games later on in the year. I got it right. I didn't ruin this sport.
The next Ian would be the number 11 Clemson Tigers.
Oh, I'll leave this to Rico. He hates this team.
I do, but they're winning. And honestly, David, I think that Clemson and Miami are going to swap spots. I think that when Clemson plays Miami in the ACC championship game, they're going to beat Miami. I think Miami is a little bit of fool's gold. So, yeah, trust me, I'm not a Dabo fan.
No, but think about it.
But I can give him credit.
What's their greatest sin? Opening up against Georgia?
Yeah.
That's their sin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You could be a team like Indiana who's got a strength of schedule of 120 and everybody kisses your ass.
Because the same with A&M. Okay, so you lost your first game and everybody wrote you off. Wait a minute, you were actually good. You just had a bad day at the office against a good team.
Yeah, Clemson has a very important back-to-back weeks coming up where they go on the road to Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh.
And if you're any good, you win both of those games.
Correct. You have
Although
to.
I do love Tootin, the running back for VT. Bashal Tootin, or whatever his name is. He's nasty. He's really, really good. Pitt, screw Pitt. They're ass.
You giving up on your boy from Arizona State?
Who? Scattaboo?
Scattaboo.
No. Cameron Scatabo? No, he's very good. But no, Tootin's just another one of them players nobody really knows about because he plays for a poverty program.
You were all on Carson Steele, so I'll give you credit.
Dude, he ended up in the league.
Oh, no.
How crazy is that?
Like, every time I see him, I was like, that's Mike. You could be a scout.
That's my guy.
You could be a scout.
Ball State's finest. David, go ahead.
So the first 4 out.
Oh, let's hear this.
And I'm going to give you what their toughest remaining game because I don't know if they have a shot to actually get in now.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame.
Wait, Notre Dame's first 4 out?
Notre Dame is the first 4 out.
They've only lost 1 game.
Well, it's going to be 2 when Army beats them.
Okay.
Yeah, their next toughest game would be at USC November 30th.
That game means nothing. USC
Exactly.
Booty.
So no matter what they do, they have Notre Dame.
Hey, you lost You lost a 30-point favorite to NIU.
You know what? Mistakes were made.
Yeah, right now that's what it looks like. Yes.
And they don't have a functional passing game. Go ahead.
Doesn't matter. They defeated America's team.
Iowa State at 7-0. Next, their toughest remaining game would be Kansas State.
And Kansas State's no good.
Correct. So there's no way. Kansas State.
No. Kansas State's what? How many games have they lost? 1?
Got bombed by BYU. Might be 1.
Yeah.
Should have lost twice more. Should have lost Colorado. Should have lost last week to Kansas. But
Correct.
I digress.
That's what it's. And Kansas State and then Alabama is also on the next 4 out. Alabama's next toughest game would be November 9th at LSU.
And they'll lose that game.
So
I truly believe they'll lose that game.
Yeah, 6:30 game.
Nighttime in Death Valley? No. They ain't winning that game.
So currently, here are your first round matchups.
Who's the 4th? Wait, Bama.
Who's the last team out?
It was Notre Dame, Iowa State, Kansas State, and Alabama.
Oh, Kansas State was another.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they face each other, Iowa State, Kansas State, but that may not help either one. Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Poor caller Robin Brighton is going to be apoplectic.
I'm protesting that one. A 1-loss Notre Dame is in.
Oh, look, Rico standing up for a religious school.
Again, this is now. Things could change. Maybe things get jumbled up in front of them and they make it in.
You're going to trip.
Maybe Riley Leonard will complete a forward pass.
Yeah, well,
you're tripping when you go do your sermon because you're going against Notre Dame.
First round matchup, you have the number 12, like I told you, Tennessee is in. They will face number 5, Penn State currently.
Jesus.
Number 9, Indiana.
What's the over-under in that game?
Okay, first
13?
of all, Penn State won't be 5 They may not have their quarterback this week, and they're going to lose to Ohio
Yeah, they're
State.
ranking Penn State the highest outside of the top 4, the highest.
Because technically right now they're ranked higher than Ohio State. After Saturday, they won't.
Wait a minute. Drew Aller's going to be out?
Game time decision.
Here we go. They're going to lie to everybody all week. College football better get some transparency with participation reports. Sorry, carry on.
Number 9, Indiana will face number 8, Texas A&M.
Indiana is not going to make the playoff. Indiana is going to lose in Spartan Stadium this weekend. I've had enough. Now, there's no bigger fan of Kurt Signetti or what he's done, but enough. They have a strength of schedule outside the top 100. They haven't played anybody.
They do.
They're not getting in.
Yeah,
because Michigan not being good hurts them because they had Michigan, Ohio State would have boosted them.
We're going to do America a favor Saturday.
So a 2-loss Indiana team, you know what? They could beat Ohio. They beat Ohio State. They're in.
You cannot put this team in the playoff.
And then the final 2 first-round matchups, you have Clemson, number 11, versus number 6, Ohio State. That will change after this week.
That would be an amazing matchup.
It would.
I would love to watch it.
It would.
Rico wouldn't know who to root for. He hates them both.
I'd be down in Columbus. OH, baby.
Come on.
I'd be calling up Damon. Give me some tickets. I'm there.
Final one, which includes the group of 4. I'm sorry, group of 5. Number 10, Boise State versus number 7, Texas. Boise State's going to get murdered.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
They just can't stack up front.
It just is what it is.
They can't line up front. Here's the other problem. Boise State's only defense is sacking the quarterback. They can't cover anybody. They don't particularly stop the run.
Wait, what is that? Sacking the quarterback. Is that allowed in college football? I haven't seen it in East Lansing, so I was just wondering.
One sack in 5 Big Ten games doesn't delight you?
What does that entail when you sack a quarterback? This is foreign concept to me.
I'm so sorry, but that is your college football blitz.
Hey, all right. Let's talk about the Chevy dealer in the area that's been leading the way. It's Hamilton Chevrolet and Warren. Andrew and the sales staff, they want to be your Chevy dealer. They will guarantee you the lowest payment on your next Chevy, period. They're going to find you every discount and incentive and opportunity to save you money. Hamilton has the inventory to find the car that fits you best, including the new October Rico deal, a new 2024 Chevy Crew Cab Silverado 4x4. Get this, $259 a month for 24 months. You walk in with $999 down, you'll drive off with 10,000 miles a year. Yes, a hard-working Chevy Silverado for $259 a month. That's why the best deals are found at 14 Mile and Mound. Just stop in and see my guys at Hamilton Chevrolet for details and make Hamilton Chevrolet your Chevy dealer and drive away in the Rico deal. Visit HamiltonChevy.com. That's HamiltonChevy.com. Chevrolet together, let's drive.
Well, once again, David has demanded I tell you about David Feminino, so let's do the business, shall we? You've heard us talk about him for a long time. He delivers. Him and his team, if you're injured, he's the one call you got to make. And the results he's gotten for his clients, $3.5 million, $5 million, up to $11.5 million. Guys, obviously you need an attorney when you're injured who will fight for you. Duh. But you need one you can actually get on the phone. Call David, he answers. 855-65-CRASH, or go to the website, getpaid.com. You know, fellas, I was thinking about this during the break. You guys were talking about the 12-team playoff here and, you know, David with the blitz. And I had a question for Rico, but you have to be willing to play ball now. Because this is not a Rico Ruined Sports thing. This is a legitimate question I have of you. So if I promise you that I will not impugn your character, you have to promise me you will answer honestly.
Mr. President, go right ahead.
Listen. When you were doing that exercise there and going through the 12-team playoff and all these hypothetical matchups, did that live up to what you hoped for? Did that all, no pun intended, did that move your needle? Like,
actually, yeah, it did, Mike. Because normally around this time, you have your local, it's like football, college football is in tiers. Your local teams that you just kind of hope win games. And then you have maybe 5 or 6 teams that you know are going to be in the top 4. But the fact that now you're looking at it and it's like you can make a case for, you know, LSU. You can make a case for Alabama. You can make a case for a lot of teams, Indiana, to make the playoffs. It makes a lot of the games in November that you probably wouldn't care about interesting.
All right, so it does for Rico. David, 12-team playoff. You authored that last segment. As we were talking about it, did you have Rico's response? Where you're like, wow, this is amazing. Or did it fall a little flat? Because, look, and I'm not trying to poison the jury, and I'm not arguing. I'm giving you my perspective. You started bringing up teams, and I go, that team's booty. Like, whoa, Kansas State. They can't throw a forward pass. Well, what about Tennessee? Or what about then? I'm like, these teams blow. Like, these are not elite teams. So for me, and again, full disclosure, I was never a fan of the 12-team playoff. Where did it land for you?
See, this is supposed to be college football. So no, it didn't move the needle. But when you go with the premise of it's looking more like the NFL, then yes, it moved the needle. Because in the NFL, there's parity, there's lots of good teams, and there's horrible teams, but there's more good teams where you say, oh, my team is still in it. They got 3 losses. And you can say that right now with a lot of these teams. The LSUs, Rico's arguing about Notre Dame because of strength of schedule. They haven't played anybody. And that's the sort of argument happens in the NFL. So it moves the needle that way. But overall, because it's supposed to be college football, no.
And I guess what I would say, David, is the premise of college football has been evolving over years, where it was the arbitrary writers pick the champion, to how about we just let the 2 teams play, to okay, maybe we do 4 teams. It's been evolving. It's still games in college that you still want to watch. Because I guess to me, it hits that point when you just say, you know what, I don't care that Alabama's playing LSU because neither one of them could win anything. That's when you have a problem. But when you're looking at it saying, okay, this game means a lot because one team still has a path, and the other team, you lose this and you're done. It extends the college football season to me.
But let me go back here, because when Georgia and Texas played, the feeling in the old days was
winner take all.
Winner take all. This is the game. You lose this game, it is over. And not having that feeling with college football saddens me.
Okay, see, now he's hitting on something that, look, I'm not bent out of shape about the playoff. It's fine, right? They want to do it, do it. And I still think the best teams are going to win. However, what David said, I can't lie to my audience. The feeling of college football is different for me. And that included Michigan State. Now, I have a baseline of dislike for Michigan that'll never go away. Like, if I could level the entire place except for the hospital, I would. My whole point is, it felt different Saturday. Well, I still don't like them, but it didn't have the same passion. And I didn't feel like the players exuded a passion. Now, from a Michigan State perspective, Rico, and I mean, look, you and I have known it for a long time as Spartans. Like, MSU's advantage was chip on shoulder, primarily Midwestern recruits. They're in the program for 3, 4, hopefully 5 years. Boy, do you learn a lot about that game. With 61 new players from all across the globe, right. It felt like what David said. It felt just like an NFL game. Like, look, I don't like the Dallas Cowboys, but Giants-Cowboys never reaches Michigan State level. True. It was always different for me. But Saturday night felt like Giants-Cowboys.
But see, I think that Saturday night will be an anomaly. It'll be a unicorn because I don't think that Jonathan Smith's going to go get 61 players every year. He had to do this year to get back on course. Now, I think as the years progress, you're going to see adding 10 to 15 players, but the other 65 know what this game is about, know what Michigan State's about, and they have that tradition to them. So, yes, in a vacuum, this year was different because, a lot of people figured out, okay, so this is the big house.
But it's
this
even what David is saying. I mean, Georgia, Texas was a great example. It's hard to be as hype because who cares who loses? It doesn't matter.
No, it gives you a chance to have a bad day. And put it this way, if they had this last year, Georgia still would have had an opportunity to say, okay, we had one bad day. Don't write us off because we're still the best team.
I want to know where people are at with this. Look, whether it's the 12-team playoff, look, we're over the halfway mark. We're in week 10. Sure, there's 5 games to go. And then conference championship weekend and all that. But we're deep enough into this where, is this what you thought it would be? And part 2 of it, maybe it's what David said and what I just said. Does this, if you're a Michigan or a Michigan State fan, or just a super fan of college football, does this sport feel the same to you? Because I think what David said, Rico, I'm not asking you to feel this way. What he said really stopped me for a second. It's starting to feel like a welfare version of the NFL. The NFL, there's not a passion quotient. You want the Lions to win, but it's like whoever you play, you play. They're just teams with colors and helmets. There's really nothing behind it.
But see, I think if you really want to break it down, I like the fact that it's this way because the tradition of college football, let's be real about it. You have 2 real games and 10 cupcake games unless you're in a really hard conference. Other than that, you don't play anybody for the majority of your games, and you build up for those games. With this new system, it allows you to play a tough game, and if you lose it, you don't get punished and get kicked out. That's why nobody wanted to play anybody, because you just wanted the easiest schedule possible so that you could prepare for your 2 or 3 rivalry games and hope that you won those, and then you would be one of the top 4 teams. I like the fact now that you could play in the opening weekend and you can lose. You could beat Clemson losing to Georgia, but your season's not over in week 1.
David, ticket text. I tell you what, keep it timely. Nobody cares. Honestly. What a dead as a doorknob college football state we are living in right now. What a shame. Bet. Whatever. I could fill the lines talking Cade Cunningham. Think about that. The most flea-ridden franchise in all of professional sports. I can fill the phone lines. You do a broad-based college football question, that is how detached these fan bases are.
Well, I said there's 2 tiers, and both teams in the state of Michigan are in tier 2 right now.
How dare you? How dare you?
Bet.
Okay, get out. 248-539-9797. Winter is approaching quickly, and bottom line, you're going to need some new winter beer. You know, maybe something to sit around a bonfire or certainly relax by the fireplace. Old Nation's newest lager, Solace. Perfect winter fireside companion. Dark, heavy, surprisingly delicate. A lot like Rico. Look, bottom line, they have got you covered, and it's done the right way. They're a real microbrewery. They are independent. They are local. There's no Chinese overlord or Portuguese corporate overlord. They're doing it the right way, so support them. They do it right in Williamston. It's Old Nation Brewing, 21 and up. They remind you to please drink responsibly. All right, we can get to the people. And it's really, look, it's two different topics, but they're all rolled up in one. You know, we did a college football blitz, and these two started breaking down the 12-team bracket, and for me, it doesn't hit. But I'm not totally against it. I'm also not gaga for it. But I think it was interesting is the games don't feel the same. Saturday night didn't feel the same. That's something I do struggle with. Now, again, maybe that changes, but what David said sparked this, not Rico. I blame David. David's saying it's feeling like the NFL. He's right. And I don't feel the same way about the NFL as I do college. There's a different passion quotient. And it's, I don't know.
But see, I'll say this, and as I told David in the break, you said Saturday night didn't feel the same, but I'm going to put a positive spin on the fracas that happened on the field after the game.
There was no fracas.
Well, whatever the Big Ten saw or did not see.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was passion. 2 4-3 teams are out there, and that was the result that you got at the end of the game. Now, if this was like the NFL, you would have had people out there swapping jerseys and taking photos at the 50-yard line saying, hey, good game, no good game. No, it was get the F off my field right now. That's what you saw. So that tells me two teams that have no shot at the playoffs, the buy-in factor is still there. Now, I think it'll increase once you start getting players who've been to Michigan State longer than 3 months. But yes, I understand, Mike. It wasn't the overall you want to punch somebody right at the start of the game. But at the end of the game, they were ready to punch people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Let's go to the people. We'll go to Dave, 97.1. Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, it's been a while. Are you still talking Lions, and what would we rather do?
100%. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm 58 years old and an iffy heart with no kids. You can elect Rob Parker for all I care, and let's make a bold move. Which, by the way, they already have the deal in place. They just can't do it till after the Green Bay game. That's my conspiracy theory.
I love it. Oh, I hope you're right. I mean, Dave, look, best Lions team of our lifetime. They have every right to believe they're the best team in the NFC. Your job is to keep everybody else at bay. You know, Baltimore, Kansas City, they're both loading up. The NFC, these teams aren't going to stand pat. It's your job to go out and do what's necessary. They need help up front.
So do you think that's possible, that the deal's in place and they just got to wait till the suspension's over to make it official?
Anything's possible. I love where you're going with this. By the way. Yeah, he's trading J-Mo over. Dave.
Okay, Dave. Now
listen,
okay.
Dave, I want to live in that world where they got something that bold cooked up. So I'll just sit and wait. But yeah, Dave, it's plausible. Anything's possible. I've seen enough sports in my life. The biggest and boldest deals, the ones that sideswipe you. Mm-hmm. You never hear about them. You never.
Hey, I didn't see the one today happening. I thought Deontay Johnson was going to get traded, but I'm thinking, it's going to be going to one of these teams who need a receiver. He's going to, like what?
Go to
Ravens.
97.1. Jeremy, how you doing, buddy?
What up, though, boys? How y'all doing?
What's up, Jeremy?
Before I get to my comment about the Pistons, which is what I called about, man, the whole thing with this college football, real quick, I just feel like it's a new era. It's a new time. Like, when y'all get calls about Michigan State, y'all ever realize, like, most of the calls are from guys in their 40s and 50s. Oh, I've been rooting for Michigan since the 60s. Like, young people, honestly, they just don't care anymore. And the structure for the way college football is watched in tape is just different. Even on, like, you'll get a 2-10 team that beats a good team or a mediocre team, and they're like, oh, we're number one. No, you're not. That's your third win of the year. They don't care. They want to get drunk and party, but they don't really care about college football. So the structure had to be changed for it to survive as a sport. So I'm not even really complaining about that aspect of it. As far as the Pistons go, I know this is out the box. I think a guy that would be good for the Pistons would be Ben Simmons. It's a guy that doesn't want to shoot, can pass the ball, has good vision, long, play defense, get other guys involved, and he's a good enough talent that we wouldn't be able to get if it wasn't for his issues.
2 years ago, I would have said yes. But Jeremy, he has shown no desire to play this sport. He's found every reason to not be on the floor. And on a team that is already woefully undermanned in the shooting department, I couldn't recommend that today. I don't mind out of the box. It's just the player that I used to think the world of. has really soiled himself to a point that I just don't know that you can redeem him, Jeremy. He has found reasons to not play the sport he loves. Think about that.
No, you're right. When you put it that way.
2 years ago, I said it. Hey, go get him. To hell with it. What do we got to lose at this point? You can't do it after he continues to just sideswipe.
To find every reason. Yeah, I stubbed my toe. I had to sit out.
Back hurts. Like, wait, what?
Wait. Is this Tuesday? Nah, I can't play.
Ian, 97.1. What's up, Ian?
Hey, guys. I originally called about the Lions, but I'll comment on the college football thing. I just think the idea that Jeremy presented that kids just want to get drunk and that's why they changed the sport is ridiculous. I mean, I'm under the age of 30 and I'm very upset at the way that college football is, and kids wanted to get drunk before they changed it. So that's definitely not the reason.
I'm with you.
I think the reason that there's a lot of apathy for college football right now and college sports in general is the transfer portal is still a mess. I mean, the idea that we have 17 different transfer windows throughout the season and guys are just going to opt out of bowl games is not good for the sport. I think the 12-team playoff is a good move. I always advocated for 8 because then you'd get, your 5 Power 5 conference winners and then 3 at-large teams. So there would be room for a UCF, but you don't have a random, Indiana-type team getting in. I would also push back just a little bit. Rico, I love you and I love your commentary, but I think the idea that teams are going to go out and schedule tough games to be able to, boost up their resume it's not happening right now. I mean, if you look at Indiana's non-conference, they played
Charlotte,
FIU and Charlotte and the Sisters of the Poor.
Right. Ian, I think that changes over the years where if Indiana gets screwed out of the playoffs because of that, they're going to say we need to schedule one big, tough game to make sure they say we're not playing a cupcake schedule.
Well, and I hope you're right, because I would love to see some meaningful games in September and October. But I just, to this point, there hasn't been this overwhelming, the SEC's playing the Big Ten and, the Champions Classic type games that we see sometimes.
Well,
in basketball.
That's something they're talking about. I mean, Ian, look. All of it's all headed for something that I'll leave it to you, Ian, but I know I don't want it. It's all headed to SEC, Big Ten, Super Conference, breakaway from NCAA. That's where it's headed. And that to me is the final frontier. I hate it too. I have no interest.
Because then you lose out on the Mountain West Conference, with Boise State and, some of these other teams that, you love to see make a run at least a meaningful bowl game.
Look, you lose out on everything. We've lost the Pac-12. You're losing the Big 12. The Big 12 is just a rich person's Mountain West now. I mean, Ian, it's already happening. The ACC is going to fall apart. Florida State tried to sue the damn league. So, Ian, I'm with you. It's all going the wrong direction for guys like me.
And Michigan State hasn't played Notre Dame since what? The early 2010s?
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be my favorite game of the year outside of the Michigan game because it was our second biggest rival.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's back in 2 years, I think. They'll be playing each other.
Show me if they ever kick off that game.
All right, we're going. South Bend.
I just want the megaphone back in Spartan Stadium.
That's right. Hey, Ian, shout out to one of the only people who knows what the megaphone is. See, that's a college football diehard. And you ruined people like Ian's life.
Ian, you know what? Ian's going to be okay. Ian, change is okay. Change is not bad. You're going to see meaningful games like you saw.
Really? I've got society on line 11. It disagrees.
Yeah, Rico.
This is why you got to run. This is why, Mike.
Rico, you know as well as I know, Michigan State's not playing Notre Dame. If they come up with this SEC Big Ten agreement to play each other,
there it is.
They're going to cancel that game and schedule now South Carolina.
Ooh, the cockaboose.
There you go.
No, I think they. No,
now you can visit, Mike.
No, because you still get your non-conference games, and I think that they will still play that game.
It'd be nice. I hope Rico's right. I hope they play. I need some semblance of the world that's been left behind. But yeah, it has more of an NFL feeling, and I don't like that. Now, maybe that'll subside. Maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. We'll see. I think Ian said one thing we all in this room agree on. They got to get a handle on this portal thing and the contracts. And this whole thing is.
I absolutely agree with
bollocks. 248-539-9797. We'll get more of the people coming up. We got to check in on football. We'll get back to the phone lines. And yes, Lions trade stuff. Dan Campbell spoke. I don't think you're going to like what he said. NBA's back. Is it? Not in Detroit, it's not. NBA League Pass, FanDuel, they got you covered. Bet 5 on the NBA. You'll get 3 months of League Pass to watch functional franchises, not name the Pistons. So whether it's an SGP, a future wager, or maybe a live bet when a team's down 11 and you're getting plus 400, it's all there. FanDuel.com/ticket. Get $3. Get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel. 21 and up, present in Michigan. 3-month free trial, full price of League Pass, automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds, terms, restrictions, embargoes, you name it. Come on, you know the drill. See terms, sportsbook.fanduel.com. You get a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Brought to you by Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. The Lions have activated offensive lineman Christian Mahogany from the reserve/non-football illness list. Today was the last day of the 21-day practice window. If he was not activated, he would have missed the rest of the season. We also learned that no punishment was coming down from the Big Ten regarding the Michigan State and Michigan football fight. Jim Costa asked Dan Campbell what the level of belief that the Lions will get a pass rusher before the deadline was. At the Cornwall Health Sports Desk, I'm Jeremy Otto. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
I feel like without context, that's an oldie but a goodie. That was after Michigan TCU, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was trying to explain everything away, and I'm like, no, you don't get it.
He scored. The referees robbed us.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, then. 5 o'clock, nice to have you with us. Believe it or not, we opened the show with a Cade Cunningham topic. Odyssey.com rewind if you want it. Houston, we have a problem. We've worked our way into the Lions, which we're going to do now, and certainly some college football with the 12-team bracket. And I don't know, Saturday night just didn't have the same sizzle. By the way, did you see, Evan just shared it with me, Aiden Childs spoke today?
No.
He was asked about the rivalry, and I'm paraphrasing lightly. Basically, he's like, look, I come from a place that had a big in-state rivalry. It wasn't nothing like this.
Yeah.
I mean, so, again, I don't think it's wrong or hot takey for state fans to go, that team didn't look like they understood what this rivalry was, much less the head coach. Which, again, it may not have impacted the outcome. I'm just telling you as a fan, that looked way too businesslike. All right, so Lions, you heard in the update, Dan Campbell was asked by Cookies, and, we'll see, and maybe we do, maybe we don't. Look, I'm not impugning Dan Campbell one way or the other here. They're either making a trade or they not. The question I have for you guys, quite simple. Week from today, if they don't make a move, how is that in any way acceptable? Now, today's news, Deontay Johnson, very nice receiver. He's not top 10 in this league and probably not top 15. Is he a top 25 receiver? Probably. He's going to the Ravens. Carolina to the Ravens. Ravens loading the wagon. The Chiefs acquired DeAndre Hopkins last week, acquired Josh Uche, the edge rusher, yesterday. They're loading up. You're starting to see this pick up a little bit. I just want to hear from you guys. If a week from today they don't have a move made, and again, what level of move is a different conversation. The level of move, that's where it's like, well, I don't know if it's enough or not. If they don't make a move, if Dan Campbell's commentary is the truth, Rico has said he likes Dan Campbell because he tells the truth.
Right.
All right, if it is not something that they're absolutely going to do, how could any of you be okay with that? Explain that. Don't they have to make a move? You've lost Davenport, Kaminsky, Pecco, and Hutchinson.
Right.
4 guys in your playing group. One of them's a defensive player of the year. The other one was your keynote free agent acquisition on the D-line. It's not acceptable not to be all in, right?
You're correct. The only way I can see them, unless they look at the schedule and say, wait a minute, Green Bay may be without their quarterback. Texans have no wide receivers. If we can get through this stretch and we're 8-1, I'll take our chances on the back end of the schedule. And looking at everybody else in the NFC, there's no dominant teams. It's you and Philadelphia. That's the only reason why. Now, I agree. I do think that they need to make a move. I think it's going to be a smaller move. I don't think it's going to be that, the move that everybody wants of Crosby or Garrett. I think it's going to be somebody else. I think they understand they need that. It's just how much are we willing to spend? What are we willing to give away? And that's where, in a week we'll find out. I'd like to say that David will come on and say, guys, we have a trade. That's what I'm hoping to hear. Right now, I'm leaning probably 60% they will make a trade. 40%, they're just going to stand pat.
But that's not the question I asked you. Is there anyone in Metro Detroit who could justify not making a trade? See, 60-40, you have me scared. There shouldn't be 40%. There shouldn't be 4% that they don't make a move. It's all in.
You can't justify it unless Brad says, and we can win with these guys. Houston, he's going to get better.
They don't even like James Houston.
Well, you know what? He's all you got, so you got to dance with him now.
I'd love to hear from the people. Because you know what? You're going, let Brad
I don't think
cook.
that you can. It's a Brad Holmes. It makes no sense not to do anything. But I thought the same thing last year. And I'm not trying to go back to last year.
But here's my problem. Is Brad Holmes smarter than Howie Roseman? No, because Howie's got a ring, you don't.
No.
What is he, smarter than John Lynch?
No.
John Lynch been to 2 Super Bowls as a GM, and that's with swinging and missing on a massive quarterback move. Is he smarter than Eric DeCosta?
No. I'm with you. I just think that everybody in Detroit is going to agree with both of us, and David as well. We all see this need. Do the Lions want to go out there and just go all in and realize the path is there for you to take advantage of this, solidify your defense, because that's the only thing that's leaking on this ship. Your offense is great. Your special teams is great. Your defense is being carried by those two. Don't get seduced because Kirby or Branch gets an interception and you're thinking, oh, it's all good. It's not. Mason Rudolph shouldn't be having as many yards as he did. So I understand what you're saying.
No, I know you do. You got me freaked out that you're like, 60-40. I'm like, what? Oh, dear. Don't say that. My heavens. I'm terrified.
They have to make a move. But I do believe there is a segment in this city that believes they are just fine. And I'll tell you why. Here's why.
Because you don't want to give up the capital, I bet you.
Nope. That isn't why I believe it. It's because they won a game 31-29 against a division opponent, and they won a game 52-14.
So they're seduced.
And people are going to be seduced by that, and they're not going to look at the actual game. They're not going to look at how Calvin Ridley had yards. You know why? Because Mason Rudolph had time to give him the ball.
And Calvin Ridley has made that. He hasn't had a game like that in years.
Correct.
And it was like, where'd they find him at? Like, wow, the old Calvin Ridley showed up.
They're going to get seduced. But yes, they do need to make a move. We know football. We watch the game. We understand the intricacies of it. They cannot be this way and make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you know what, Mike? Maybe I'm jaded, and I may be the wrong person to ask because I look at last year's draft. I look at the year before. Like, the people who I want them to go and get, they never go get. I've been begging, please, address this defensive line, and they don't. I don't know what the priority is with them. Now, right now, it should be pretty much desperation time because you're missing so many pieces. I just think that they believe in their guys. But I think a lot of people are going to be seduced. And then
I have to hear that stupid phrase one more time in this city where we haven't won UGATs in ages, my head's going to explode. Not coming at Rico. I'm saying this whole we love our guys stuff. What does every GM when they come to town get that tattooed on their ass cheek? We love my guys. Oh, we love our guys. I mean, honestly, that's what the Eyes Are Playing is. That's what the Tiger thing is. I don't know what the Pistons thing is. I don't know if they even know what day it is. And then there's the Lions with, we just like to draft and sign and keep all our people. Okay, go outside and look at how the preeminent teams in these sports are doing business when they win championships. Why do we got to try to be different in that sense? Fall in line.
You can look at what the Chiefs and the Ravens have done. Those are two teams going to be fighting for the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Rams, Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, these Niners. Those are the best franchises in the sport, right? What do they all have in common? Moves, aggression. I don't understand it, Rico.
Yeah, I'm with you. And you'll have people say, well, because a lot of people got angry. Well, 3 first-round picks, that's just too much. And
I priced it for getting a yes. I can't, it kills me. And I'm not going too deep into this. But when I heard people talk about what I said, they left out the convenient part. I openly said, I am pricing this as if I am buying a house you don't want to move out of. The Raiders don't want to trade Crosby. Mind you, this is 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I said, so here is a price that I think might get a yes. If you take the context out of it, then you don't get it. Sorry. You didn't do that. Others did. And that's silly. We don't need to play pretend. I was showing you the level I'm willing to go to in order to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Great teams don't stand pat. Great teams realize you could always get better. And by me taking this player, my competition can't have them either.
I hope, but hope not a strategy. The fact that Rico is only 60-40, they make a move, that scares me. That does. And again, maybe tomorrow we're breaking news and they've made a move. But we're running out of time. Now, you got a game this weekend against Green Bay. The deadline is next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Deadlines make deals, people don't. Okay, fine. You get through the Green Bay game. You're going to have this very limited window, and I swear to God, if we get to Tuesday at 4 p.m., I will be so disappointed because the need is there. And I'm not asking you to mortgage anything that again, this is the best Lions team of my life. Go. Yeah. Chips to the middle of the table.
Brother, even if it costs you a first-round selection next year, you do.
But the problem is, look at all the players that are getting dealt. They're not costing anything.
Correct.
Deontay Johnson, nothing. Oh, but they're not edge rusher, smart guy. Right. My point is, it's a long road from going from a 6th-round pick to a 1st-round pick. Right. Call the Giants up about Azeez Ojulari. What are you going to give up? A 4th? The guy's going to be a free agent.
Right.
Call up the Browns about Desarius Smith. They're headed nowhere. You got to get someone in here who can support this team. Aaron Glenn needs some help. And I'm with David in this regard. If you value what they did to the Titans, then you're in outer space. The Titans may win 3 games all season. Now, that was a wonderful game, but it's a huge outlier. 62 passing yards, 52 points. You'll never see that in your life again. A kick, a punt, and an interception, all returned inside the 10. Guys, come on. Let's live in the real world, shall we?
But we beat the Vikings on the road.
Barely.
Hey, I understand because eventually, because you don't have the depth on that defense, it's struggling now. It's going to eventually wear down.
Hey.
Yeah.
David, this is real, right?
Yeah, this is real.
I just had this sent to me from a friend of mine. Detroit police investigating why Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams was released from custody after officers prepared to arrest him over a gun found underneath his seat on the passenger side of his vehicle. Is that the report you have?
That is the report I have.
Well, it would confirm the rumors we had heard about,
a couple weeks ago.
He may have been stopped and got let go. And, last I checked, okay, fine. He wasn't arrested. I'm not going with it on the radio. So now there's an investigation there. Now, again, that has nothing to do with the PED 2-game suspension, but this is something that warrants attention.
Can I tell you, when I heard about the suspension, that's what I thought it was about. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was something about that rumor. And it was like, wait, he's suspended for something else?
And listen, you hear about it all the time in the world of sports. I'm not going to make it a Detroit thing. But when an athlete gets pulled over and maybe has done a solid, it's not like that's a new concept.
Right.
That's nothing we were going to lead a show with. I also didn't have proof. It was a rumor. It is something I heard. It was something that was not confirmed. But now you have news organizations putting that out there, that there's an actual investigation into why didn't you arrest this man?
Yeah.
Not good. I mean, honestly, we're not curing cancer, and I know that's not the hottest take in the world. This is the type of crap you speak of. The PED thing is one thing. This is another. If you're rolling around carrying and you're not supposed to be carrying now, I mean, come on. Guys, how many life choices do we make? So all I've said to you the whole way is, I'm going to keep J-Mo. I got him making pennies on the dollar. I'll make him a member of my team. I am never paying you. Hope you enjoy your rookie contract. It's the only one you're ever getting from me.
Going to the mailbox looking for that big extension check.
You'll be looking for a while. It'll be right there next to the Publishers Clearinghouse check.
Hi, I'm that big man.
So
here's your check from the grave.
If you have thoughts on the JMO thing, go ahead. But again, we do not have more details than that. Rico, be curious. Go ahead. Hit him. Hit him.
Xfinity gives me a chance to be on the go and still watch all my great shows and sports. With Xfinity Internet, I get the speed I need at a great price so I can keep up on all the latest football actions from the beginning of the season to now. And you too can get the speed you need at a great price thanks to the fastest internet on the largest gig speed network, delivering to more homes than any other network. So enjoy all your favorite apps all in one place with a Flex 4K streaming box, all with Xfinity Internet. Xfinity allows me to stream all my favorite shows without interruptions. You know, it's football season. With Xfinity, you get the out-of-market scores and stats, the latest injury updates, and scores from the Baseball Classic. Choose from a variety of speeds depending on your needs, including gig speeds up to 1.2 gigabits per second, and enjoy reliable internet on all your devices. To get started, very simple. Call 1-800-XFINITY. Visit Xfinity.com or just drop into an Xfinity store today for more details. Maximum download speed of 940 megabits per second when hardwired via Ethernet. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed based on Xfinity's fastest available download speeds.
Companies out there offering BOGO on AC and furnaces. Nope. No thank you. Not when they're already overcharging you. You want a fair deal, you go to Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Got you covered 24/7. Locally owned, 40 years. They back their work with a 5-year warranty. Mastercraft, your one-stop shop. Heating, AC, plumbing, and electrical. Beat any price. And now you bundle a new high-efficiency AC and furnace. You save up to $2,000. Fast installation, great same-day service. Just visit mastercraftheating.com. All right, so there's your update. And again, it's probably the worst kept secret in Detroit. It's just not something you're going to run with. And, a person I had talked to told me a few weeks ago, without tracking down an officer willing to go on the record to give you that's 100% factual. Yeah, it's just nothing I was going to bring to the table. I admit that. And I've also never claimed to be somebody who's into breaking news. I don't make the news, I talk about it. But now that it's come to light that J-Mo was in fact pulled over and was not detained and did have a firearm in the car that he did not have a CPL for, it's a bit of an issue. While you're already suspended for a PED issue, which I tried to show him some grace with, that we don't know what he took, that it is the lowest level of PED suspension. And I just said I'd gotten to a peaceful place in my life as far as J-Mo, that I will keep you here and you've shown some ability, but you are now on the naughty list. For instance, Kirby Joseph is on the nice list. I'm going to pay Kirby Joseph.
Brian Branch,
you are on the nice list. J-Mo,
we'll talk.
Here's a Lunchable. Yeah. Like I have a 5th-year option. I can keep you through the 26th season, and that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
There is no scenario I'm paying him because you're unreliable. So
here's some movie passes.
Now what happens, guys, I can't speculate. There's an investigation going on. What is the team going to pop him? I can't speak to that. Is the league going to? I don't know. It's just nonsense. You're in a Super Bowl drive. You know what you don't need? That.
A distraction.
So this team is good on its own. They can win without J-Mo, but are they better with him? Yes. Let's see how this plays out. But I don't want to go beyond that because I don't know the scope of the investigation. So, I mean, David, go ahead. What fill in the blanks here?
No, the only thing I see is he did not have a CPL. There were 2 guns found. His brother was driving. His brother did have a CPL. That's what I'm reading.
Right.
So,
and again, it's like, if you want to carry, go get a CPL.
That's it.
Or if you want to carry, but you don't have a CPL and you have a $500,000 car like J-Mo does, hire a driver who carries. Mm-hmm. Takes away all the problems. You'll never get a Dewey. You'll never get in a car accident and get sued for liability. You'll never get a speeding ticket. Mm-hmm. And you want someone who carries? Cool. This is my driver, Tito.
Yeah,
he carries a dirty Harry gun. I mean, that works too.
Yeah, and Tito may also be the guy. Hey, J-Mo, let's go home. Maybe we shouldn't be here. Well, yeah.
So, all right. So there you go. You want to rap about the J-Mo thing or you want to rap about the trades? It's all available. You want to get to the people?
Yeah, let's get to the
people. All right. Zach is up next, 97.1. Zach, what's going on, buddy?
How we doing today?
Good, hey. Zach. What's on your mind, pal?
So, 2 quick things. First one with the college playoff 12-man team or playoff. I think it sort of helps the second-tier schools like Indiana this year. They're 7-0. I think any other year their fan base might already be checked out. But now with the expanded playoffs, like they still have a chance to get in. So I think it helps those schools. But yes, it does cut from the big momentum and the big importance of your Texas and Georgia, your Oregon and Ohio State this week. Those games, those sort of weaken now with this expanded playoff. And then the other quick thing with a Lions trade, I know it's been brought up, 2 first-round picks, 3 first-round picks for a Crosby or a Garrett. And I don't know what it would take, but why don't we look at sending a 2nd or a 3rd for Landry and a 5th for Smith and get 2 guys for lesser draft capital instead of 2 high-end first-round picks?
I'm all in for that.
I have no issue. Zach, yeah. Rico and I stand with Zach.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, you can solve the problem a multitude of ways. You do agree with us. There is no scenario you're not solving the problem, right?
No, you need to get at least one person.
Yeah. Or, like I said, if you can bring in 2 guys, depth, I'm fine with that. But you have to make a move because it is a glaring need. And it's not about just, you've been saying that for the longest. No, you need these people. Do not be fooled at the fact that your offense is putting up video game type numbers, because eventually you're going to have to stop somebody. Eventually you're going to need that 3rd down stop. Eventually you're going to end up playing in cold weather. You're going to need to lean on your defense.
All right, can I say something that it bothers me? And if I'm wrong, or if I'm being a boomer, or if this has nothing to do with anything, please just tell me to shut up and I will, fellas. I promise.
I need the bill.
No, I just had this sent to me. Did you see J-Mo's Halloween costume?
No.
While serving a 2-game suspension?
No.
He dressed up as a prisoner in a Department of Corrections outfit. I'm not into the troll stuff, guys. I mean, I don't know. Is it ha-ha? Not for me, it's not. But see, I know. I'm 44, and I'm not in an NFL locker room. For me, that would bother me. I'm over here breaking my ass. You're over here making ha-has because you put the wrong goji berry supplement in your supply or whatever. Like,
read the room.
I know. I'm an old man.
No, it's not you. No. Because
come on, dude.
I'm not a big. If I'm on Rod dressed up like that, because I don't expect him to ever be arrested. Okay, I'll say it. I don't. So okay, it's funny because it would never happen.
But it's less funny now when now there's an investigation. Like you, J-Mo, you got pulled over with a gun in the car, and you got it looks like you were done a very big solid, like it's 1975, right?
Like the license. Wait, are you that Jameson? Oh,
back in the day. Now those days are done.
Right.
The point is, he knew that. It doesn't matter if the outside world does. You know, I have that situation. Plus, I'm suspended for something else. Pick anything you want.
Yeah, dress up like a hot dog.
And I'm not going nuts. I'm not yelling. I'm not saying he's a horrible person. But do I have a right to just go, J-Mo, please, will you wake up? Will you wake up? You're throwing away $150 million because you won't grow up.
No, you're not. This is not you being a boomer. This is, what it is, Mike, is both you and I, we are older. We're not in that mindset where, wow.
Just wanted to show you.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, is it AI? No, I don't think that's AI. I think that's actually J-Mo.
So, yeah, you do what you want with that. Okay, then. Sorry, I didn't mean to sideswipe things. I'll tell you what we're going to do. A lot of people want to talk. Let's get to the people.
Okay.
I want to keep it timely. David, you all right back there? You look like you're going over Zapruder film.
I'm trying to figure out what is said on his costume.
Well, yeah, and that little thing. Yeah, I was wondering that myself. All right, sell something, Mike.
Oh, now David's got me intrigued. 248. David's figuring out a cipher. 248-539-9797. All right, let's take care of business. Hungry Howie's. They serve up great pizza all year long. We are in the stretch drive. We got college football playoff. We have the Lions Super Bowl drive. We don't have the Pistons. Who am I kidding? Hungry Howie's. They got a meal deal for any occasion. 10, 20, and 30 bucks. Obviously, $10, simple. You get a large pepperoni duo. For 20, you get 2 medium 1-topping pizzas and a Howie bread. And for 30, you get 2 large 2-toppings plus a 3-cheese Howie bread plus a 2-liter of Pepsi, 30 bucks. Whatever deal fits, go ahead and order it. You got dinner on the table in 30 minutes. Only at Hungry Howie's. You be the MVP of your dinner table. Go get some pizza for the next big game. Only at Hungry Howie's.
Brought to you by Twin Peaks. The Lions released a statement through Channel 7 on the Jameson Williams news today. Quote, Jameson made us aware immediately that he was a passenger in a routine traffic stop on October 8th. We discussed the incident with him and have kept the league informed of what we know. We understand he was released without incident or citation. It is now our understanding that the Detroit Police Department is revisiting the matter. Jameson has hired an attorney and will not be commenting further out of respect for the legal process, end quote. Five-star Belleville High School quarterback Bryce Underwood committed to LSU back in January. According to a report by On3, Michigan has offered Underwood a competitive NIL package. He's expected to receive around $5 million over 3 to 4 years, wherever he lands. The Lions also activated rookie offensive lineman Christian Mahogany on the final day of his 21-day practice window. Former Tiger Jack Flaherty would start Game 5 of the World Series for the Dodgers if LA doesn't sweep tonight. He was asked today if preparation for that is a bit weird, given his team has a chance to win it all tonight. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Jeremy Otto. More at 6 or at 971theticket.com.
All right, David, ticket text, then we'll go to the callers. So the JMO stuff's entered the discourse. No one's yelling and screaming about it. It's just like,
J-Mo's a clown. Charles Rogers 2.0. I'm done with him. Hope he gets his life together. That is from Jason. I love the kid and thought he grew up this offseason, but my patience is wearing thin with J-Mo. Strike 3. Gambling, PEDs, guns. I'm done. Trade him before the rookie deal is done. Michael in California, listening on the Odyssey app.
I can't go there, guys. You got the guy pennies on the dollar. You have all the control in the world. He plays a valuable role to you. He could take the top off the defense. His teammates do like him. And I'll give the kid full credit. A lot of receivers don't want to block. This kid will lay your ass out, which is a big thing for the running game. Now, look, I'm not telling you I'm thrilled about it. And if more comes out and he's incurring a big suspension or something, okay. But, guys, I don't want to overreact and go, that's it, throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's not the offseason. The offseason, I can react whatever way I want because I have a lot of outs to fix it. Mm-hmm. A week before the trade deadline, when he's about to finish up his suspension and be back, that's not the time to overreact. So, I God forbid I'm the voice of reason. Look out. That's a big problem. Go ahead, David.
But you don't sound like a boomer, by the way.
Thank you. The costume thing is so tone deaf.
We're older. We see life differently than you are if you're in your 20s. He thinks it's funny. A lot of people dress up in Halloween costumes, and it's like, okay, this is going to cost you, but sure, go for it.
David, go ahead.
Sounds like J-Mo has the wrong people around him. He needs to get better friends. Just trade him. He's a clown. Ain't ever going to be anything, just a clown. Someone else says, I'm done with J-Mo. I mean, just went on a suspension, and now you're doing some stupid stuff like this picture.
Okay, the picture. Remember, the incident was October 8th or 10th. I forget which. I'm not going to make a mountain out of a molehill, all right? I'm going to take it at face value. It's everything we heard. It's not something that a lot of people weren't made aware of. But if you're not able to fully track that down and get somebody on the record, you're not rolling with it. But look, a lot of athletes over the years have been done solid by law enforcement, but that's decades ago. You can't do it anymore. Not with body cams, not with the heat the police are under. You can't do it. There's no more, hey, I'm going to drive you home. We're not going to give you a DUI because you play tight end for the team. It's not going to happen. So, look, his brother was in the car. His brother had a CPL. His brother's gun was registered. He had a gun under his seat. You don't have a CPL. It's a problem. It just is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm sorry, guys, I have no issue with it. You want to get a CPL, you want to carry, rock and roll, do your thing. I will just tell you as an NFL football player, whether you're an actor, an NFL player, anything in between, it's better to hire people to carry the guns for you. Mm-hmm. Okay? Meaning have security, have a driver, have someone whose job is to carry and to protect.
Yep.
Because here's the deal. You never have any of this happen.
Yep. Plausible deniability. It wasn't me. It was my bodyguard.
Here's my guy. Here's his papers. This is what he's paid to do. And again, you're going, oh, really? What's he supposed to do? Live it? You can live your life. But it doesn't mean you're at a Coney at 2 a.m. on the east side. It doesn't mean you're handing out waters in neighborhoods you shouldn't be in a $500,000 car. You are J-Mo. You are an NFL player. You are, in one way or another, I have bad news for you. You are a target.
Right there.
Like, because of what you've accomplished, it doesn't matter if you're a great person. It sucks to say that, but like, if you feel a need to carry, take the proper procedures and carry.
Yeah,
do your thing.
Yeah, 99 people could say, hey, you're one of us. All it takes is one to say, I want what you have. And now this is a different story.
Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
The gun situation with J-Mo. Not everyone is a criminal. Some people need to be educated. We as police are in the business of educating people, and that's what tickets truly are. I truly believe that's what they were doing here, to then educate him on how to properly transport.
But when you
firearm.
don't write the ticket, when you don't arrest the person, when you don't write a citation, whatever terminology you want, you lose the ability to stand on teaching. Look, I'm fine if somebody's going 7 over and a branch covered a sign or they blew a stop sign. And you go, hey, do me a solid. Will you please slow down? I'm good there. When you get into the business of guns, I don't know, man. That's a tough thing. And I have no issue with guns. I'm making a point, like, you kind of lose the leg to stand on.
Yeah, it's not a teachable moment because you technically didn't teach him anything because you didn't write the ticket. You just kind of said, go along your way. So if anything, you said, you're famous, we're going to let you get away with this.
That's what it looks like.
That's
sounds
what it
like,
feels like. Yeah.
Looks like, sounds like, feels like. David, go ahead.
Overreaction. He's fine. Free J-Mo.
What's the overreaction? That's all I'm asking.
You know what? J-Mo can do whatever, and you will get people saying, free J-Mo.
No, but what's the overreaction? I'm defending him that you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not slandering him. I'm not yelling. The height of my criticism is I'm just not going to give you a long-term contract next year. And I'm going to pay other people in the front line.
It's an overreaction because we're critiquing the things that he's doing off the field, that he keeps doing.
That he's suspended for.
Right.
And now you have another situation. And again,
but if we stop talking about it, it doesn't exist.
No, that's not how life works.
I understand. But to some people, the free J-Mo people, it's only news because you guys talk about it.
I didn't break the news. In fact, I chose not to run with it on this radio show because I didn't have anyone on the record to do it. I can't help some of you. I think that's just where I'm at. You know what? You're right. Free J-Mo. 2 + 2 = 5. You win. You're right.
Maybe that could be our Halloween costumes.
What?
We get some free J-Mo t-shirts.
There you go. You're right. David, go ahead.
David, get your God be God in person on that.
I can, honestly. I can. When did it become an issue to use your Second Amendment right? Also, the other CPL holder can claim the second weapon. See, I'm not familiar with the law, so I don't know.
You can, if you are in the car and you have a gun and you're with someone with a CPL, they can. The problem is his brother had his gun and he is registered. J-Mo had his underneath his seat in the passenger side.
Yeah,
so not the same thing. Second of all, no one's infringing on Second Amendment rights. There are rules. If you want to buy a shotgun for home defense, great. If you walk out of the house with it, you may have a problem. There's a CPL to carry. That's all you have to do.
And according to the news story, his brother tried to take claim of the second gun, but then J-Mo admitted it was his.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can we just please? I mean, again.
The whataboutisms?
Yeah, we don't need to do that. And it's not an issue about guns, gun control. Guys, guns are fine. Follow the rules. That's all. That's all anyone asks. Stick to the rules. You want to carry? Do it. My advice if you're an NFL football player. My advice if you are a congressman. My advice if you're a movie star. You're a rapper. You're a country singer. Here's the advice. Hire people to carry for you. Hire security. You feel like you need a gun? You feel like you need protection? Have someone else handle that liability. I don't think that that's a crazy opinion.
No.
Sorry. Now, certainly have a gun for home defense. Do the thing you need to do to protect yourself within the 4 walls of your home. No stress. But if you're going to be cruising around town and you feel like you need a gun under that seat, all you got to do is get a CPL. It's really not that hard. I don't think that's an unfair thing that there are rules. I ask you to follow them because you're a member of the Detroit Football Lions and you've got 52 other guys in that locker room depending on you to stick to the rules. Go ahead.
A CPL holder in Michigan can have multiple guns on their person. Weird, it's under the passenger seat, though.
Oh, God, help me, please.
Next one,
JMO admitted it's his gun and he doesn't have a CPL. His brother does. His brother tried to save his ass, and the cops did him a solid. At some point, own your effing actions. That's it. I'm not asking for this young man to be thrown away. In fact, I've defended keeping him and just said, I'm just not going to give you a long-term deal because you're not reliable. Why is it that some of you are bending over backwards for someone who wouldn't bleep on you if you were on fire? He's a football player. He is not your savior. He is not the God you pray to. I don't understand it.
Mike, it's what we always joke about. 2 + 2 is 5.
I know.
To some people, they will only see what they want to see.
But I like the guy, but I don't need to explain away that he did something wrong. I can just
Right.
go, look, we got to figure it out.
But if that's the case, if you like the guy, then what are we talking about? Just, it's no big deal. Stuff happens.
It's not life,
I
man.
understand.
I know you do. I'm flustered.
I
because
know. And that's why
I think I've been incredibly fair.
You have. All we did is report what's going on. That the police are investigating why he had
why he was let go.
Yeah, why he was let go. They didn't do anything about it. Okay.
So here's
Lions
my
have
thing.
said,
so if DPD did arrest him, are these people doing the same thing?
Yes.
But how?
Well, he didn't shoot anybody. He
But
just
that's
had
not
a
how
gun,
those-
and he's
that's
trying
not-
to protect. No, because then it would be, he needed a gun to protect himself.
Which I respect.
Right.
Here are the rules to do that.
But he already had his brother in the car that had a CPL.
What
You
guys?
should
What you
be
don't
good.
understand is, to some people, it won't matter because they're just going to come up with something new reason of why it's okay. That's all.
Got you. I think that says it all. All right, Ideal You, John Jansen, weight loss things. You can lose 40 pounds in 40 days with Ideal You. John lost over 60 all told. He's kept it off. You can book that free consultation right now at idealu.us. And look, they will educate you. They'll put you on the same plan and road to success that John was on. And look, maybe you can have that same success. So if you want to weigh less, book your free consultation right now at idealu.us. That's idealu.us.
All right, we talked about a lot today. We started the show off with Pistons. Then it was, would you rather have your candidate for president win or the Lions make a blockbuster move? We had some college football talk. If you missed any of that, use that Odyssey Rewind. Go back and listen right now. Hey, we just got hit with the news that this just in. Detroit police are investigating why Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams was released from custody after officers prepared to arrest him over a gun found underneath his seat on the passenger side. So that's going on right now. That is the breaking story. Wojo and Rieger up next. David, go ahead.
I do have a statement here from JMO's attorney. Before I read that, let's not forget what I said earlier. In the story, it says that Jameson Williams said that the second gun was his. Okay, so here's the statement from the lawyer. On October 8th, my clients were pulled over for an alleged traffic violation. During the course of the stop, my clients were both cooperative and respectful with the police officers. With the 2 pistols that were found in the vehicle, they were both properly registered, and the driver in the vehicle had the proper credentials to carry them. We have cooperated with law enforcement and will continue to do so. So the lawyer in his statement is saying that the gun was the driver, both of them. That's what he's saying, but the story says otherwise. So the lawyer's doing his job.
100%.
We'll see what happens with the investigation.
Listen, he's doing what any good lawyer is going to do. His job is to get his client exonerated or off with the least amount. I like this is, come on, this isn't our first day out of school here. I'm with you. And I'm not going to attack that. It's just if JMO admitted that's his gun, that flies in the face of any defense you'd have. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's why they say keep your mouth shut.
Well,
I mean,
I want to see, look, I want to see what comes of it. There's no scenario I'm trading the kids, so you guys can stop sending those in. That's
and then,
not happening.
you know, and I think I can speak for you, Mike, and you, David. It's no scenario where we're saying JMO needs to go to jail.
No.
JMO needs to be. No,
he just needs to grow up.
Nobody's saying any of that. We're just saying this.
Look, it's the second time too. And look, I'm more sensitive to the Halloween costume thing, of flouting it, knowing you got pulled over, knowing you got done a solid, right? And then you're on suspension currently for PED thing, separate, and you wear a jumpsuit to a Halloween party. That's not the first time he's basically said, I'm above all this.
Mm-hmm.
Suspended for gambling, 24 hours later, you're in Las Vegas at a UFC fight. In the mecca of gambling. Mm-hmm. Like, at a certain point, come on, man, just you got to roll with us here. You got to grow up. Need you to grow up.
Yeah, you realize that everybody's really on your side. Everybody wants you to do well, and we're trying to protect you from you. So
it's look, he's been productive when on the field. They can win without him, but they're at their best with him, and they've got to find a pathway to that. Which A, get this suspension done, and then B, you've got to wait and see what the hell is next. I can't speak to that. I have no idea what the investigation will yield. Is the team going to suspend him? Can't say. Is the league through their personal conduct policy? Well, that would depend on what this investigation bears. I can't go there. But it's all nonsense in a year. They don't need any nonsense. And they're already dealing with 4 D linemen who've been hurt and out for the year. So, yeah, I'm a little more sensitive to it. Yeah. Riggs, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys, by the way, the Lions issued a statement. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's real, I guess. Interesting.
Well, it's funny because when the suspension came down for the PEDs, I thought it was because of this. Because we heard the rumor.
We did hear the rumor.
I'm like, oh, okay, it's over that gun charge. Oh, wait, it's not over that.
Right, and there was no gun charge. Right. You know, he got the discount double check.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this.
Are you?
Kind of of course. It falls into our lap. We got to hit on it. I mean, at some point you say to yourself, I mean, how much is too much? I mean, listen, I do think there were times when people might have been a tad unfair to JMO, but now it just keeps piling up and piling up. So we'll hit on it.
Yeah, it's like that, drop of water in a bucket. Eventually, it fills the bucket.
Right, and it's almost like just looking at his costume yesterday, not a huge deal, right? But then you add it to everything else, and it's almost like he's mocking everything.
Well, it's okay to be bothered by it because it's a sign of immaturity. Just like going to Vegas optically, and I know Bob hates optics, but the optics
after the UFC site?
You get popped for gambling, and the first thing you do is you're in Las Vegas at a UFC fight. Can't happen. Just can't happen.
And this is why you can't let somebody think they're entitled. And everybody that backlashed when he would get in trouble and say, leave him alone, leave him. I get to a certain degree, like Rieger said, people went a little overboard. But this is why you can't just say, he's different, he's immature. And he clearly took that when he's saying to the officer, I'm a Detroit Lion.
He said it 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it I don't know what the league does with it now, because I guess technically he wasn't arrested, although they're revisiting it.
It will depend on the investigation, what comes down from there. And remember, the league has the hammer. The league can do whatever they want according to personal conduct.
That's true. That is
I don't
true.
want anything to happen. I'm just saying, you don't want to give them an inch.
What's interesting, though, is his brother tried to cover for him, which... Would that have worked? And then JMO said, no, it's my gun.
Yeah, it can work, because if you have a CPL, you can carry multiple guns.
And
but
two
JMO
guns,
said it's his
he said it's his gun.
But does each gun have to be registered? Like, I wonder.
It doesn't matter who it's registered, because that gun was registered to
So
JMO.
long as, from what I believe, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I sleep at a Holiday Inn Express. But so long as it's not an illegal gun,
right?
Then yes, if it's a gun you can own too. Hey, this is not registered to me, yes, but it's my gun.
Fellas, I just said it to you. I said it earlier on the air. You disagree, it's fine. You're an NFL player, you're a country music artist, you're a politician, anywhere in between, right? You're one of these huge public figures. If you're going to be out at night and you feel like you need a gun, hire a driver who's licensed. Hire a driver who's licensed to carry. You're all set. No liability. You never run into an issue with the law. No speeding, no car accidents, no DUIs, no gun charges. It just takes care of itself.
I know. But again, it goes to immaturity, and it goes back to what he said when, he was with the kids out at Coney Island at whatever.
No, those are two separate incidents.
No, I know. But what did he say about that? I love the city. I'm part of it. I love being out there with kids. And then when he was caught with a gun, what did he say to the police? I live in Detroit,
I live in Detroit. That's why I have a gun. I got to protect myself.
Okay, so you know that. But you downplayed that part of it when it was to your advantage to say you were just hanging with your buddies.
Oh, provocative Wojo in the house. All right, Rieger and Woj will give you
Don't
their
be a
perspective.
hypocrite, J-Mo.
All right, you need to calm down.
No!
You're a real problem. We will talk to you guys tomorrow at 2, 97.1.